Hi everyone, I'm Alex from MyProgression and welcome to our second video all about mixed ability classes. In our last video, we looked into the different kinds of learners that you might have in your classroom and how you can group your learners to make sure that everyone can access learning that is appropriate to them. If you've missed it, you can find it in the link below. In this video, we're going to be looking at the do's and don'ts of working with mixed ability classes. Whether you're just starting your teaching career or if you're a seasoned pro, these tips for planning and delivering your lessons will give you the confidence to approach your pupils' abilities with ease. Now, every day you'll make sure that your pupils' learning is facilitated appropriately when you're planning your lessons. And no matter how much experience you have, the questions around how to plan and deliver your mixed ability lessons can feel endless. How can you make it easier to plan and teach your mixed ability class when there's already so many considerations to think about? Let's explore some helpful do's and don'ts for making sure your mixed ability class is catered for every time. First things first, as mentioned in our previous video, you should get to know your pupils. What is their barrier to learning? How can you help in a practical way before their learning begins? In a primary setting, it may be easier to get to know your classes, as generally one teacher will teach the same class for the whole day, every day. You can quickly learn your class's needs and plan accordingly, identifying which children need support in certain subjects or areas. For example, you know that Jasmine needs extra support in maths but excels in writing, while it's the opposite for Jacob. So having them sat next to each other is really helpful as they both have the opportunity to shine and possibly support each other. This can be more challenging in a secondary setting as you have more children to teach, meaning you have more learning needs to learn. A great way to remember the needs of multiple classes is to make a seating plan map. This means that before your students arrive to your lesson, you can check this plan and remember who is sat where and what their needs are. You might find this for all of your classes that you group all of your pupils in the same way, so that you know your pupils that are sat on your left are the ones with behavioural challenges, and the ones that are at the back of the room are the ones with a higher academic ability. In short, having knowledge of your class leads to effective planning, which leads to focused teaching and learning. Next, you should use the same stimulus but provide different tasks to consolidate learning. You will teach the same topic, subject, theory or experience to the whole class, but you might have varying expectations of the task that you want your pupils to complete. We will start at the planning stage. When you're thinking about what tasks you'd like your pupils to complete, make sure that they can be completed and assessed at different levels. It is common practice to differentiate tasks to cater to different levels in the classroom, with the aim to provide a selection of access points to a particular activity reflecting easy, medium or hard, putting the different levels of the task up on the board and allowing them to choose which one you want them to attempt. This method provides pupils with a choice, and then they can jump into the next task once they're ready. It's a great way to quickly assess learning for all. As the teacher, you can point your students in the right direction. For example, Seb and Molly, try level 2 today because I was really impressed yesterday with your skills. Mixed ability isn't just about catering for pupils with lower academic ability. It's also important to make sure that the pupils who do excel are given those opportunities too. Planning for mixed ability classes can be challenging as you have to creatively come up with new ideas. But once you're in the mindset of understanding how your pupils respond to certain tasks, you can then play to their strengths. In the first few months of having a new class, you might be using trial and error to work out which tasks and exercises get the best outcomes for your pupils, but this is okay. It's important to be adaptable and flexible to meet the needs of your pupils. The more adaptable you can be, the better the learning will be for all. Evaluate your class groupings regularly. Ability groupings can create negative attitudes and have a detrimental effect on students. Fixed groups can mean that pupils develop a perception about their own ability, which can lead to negative attitudes towards attainment and even towards the subject being studied. Flexibility around this ensures that groups that are changed accordingly to educational demands of the particular lesson, as well as providing diversity in students learning from one another. Have high expectations of all students. This is something I really believe in. Whilst a child may not attain well in a subject, it doesn't mean they don't enjoy it or aren't learning. One of my colleagues says that she absolutely loved biology, but she always did poorly in her tests. Her data did not reflect her enjoyment and interest in the subject at all. Modern schooling adopts a lot of approaches to learning. You might find that a pupil who struggles with exams shows fantastic results when the tasks are more vocational or hands-on. If your pupil currently isn't achieving as high as you'd like, maybe it's time to explore how they perform in different settings or other tasks. Create a culture in your classroom where students can support each other. We want this for every classroom, but in a mixed ability class, even more so. Paired work and group work can support this. Children are aware of their peers' needs, and you will observe some naturally helping of their friends and supporting each other. Make it important and recognise your pupils who are able to do this. Now, we're going to look at what you should avoid doing when teaching a class with mixed abilities. There's no need to make 3 or 4 different plans for the same lesson. Every lesson you create should be able to be taught at different levels. As mentioned in our previous video about gifted and talented pupils, it has been shown that good quality teaching will be a benefit for all. We want our pupils to be stretched in their learning, not simply treading water to get by. As a teacher, you can adjust your teaching if you need to, but it's easier to scale down a pupil that is struggling to understand than it is to scale up to challenge a pupil who excelled faster than you expected. Don't put all of your expectations on the more able pupils in your class. Every pupil in your class should feel important and valued, and it can be demoralising when it's always the same pupils who are asked the same questions. Use your skills with AFL to question all and support children as they learn with praise and encouragement. If a child is struggling, try pairing the children up and allowing them to confer before answering the question. Simply offer help and support to all of your pupils to gain confidence in having a go. More time may be needed for some, a nudge in the right direction might be needed for others, but you should set them all up to succeed. We understand that every school will have their own protocols and planning for preparing for lessons. Working in a special needs provision will bring out different planning and teaching challenges for staff who may have smaller classes but have very diverse needs to meet within the classroom, along with more adults to plan for as well. We would love to hear from you from any of our staff who have worked in special needs and hear from you about your experience of teaching a mixed ability group of children. Please drop us a comment in the box below. It is very easy to overthink our teaching, our planning and our resourcing for a lesson. We must continually evaluate what went wrong in a lesson or make adjustments as we go, but we can also take on board what worked well and then reuse the strategies, resources and activities, banking those successes to use in future teaching. Mixed ability classes challenge us professionally, but throughout this process we grow and develop ourselves as practitioners, moving us forward in our teaching experience and career. Remember, ability considerations are more than their differences in age or backgrounds and extend across support plans, languages and even their thoughts and feelings. By making it priority to get to know your class, use your support staff to your advantage and remembering to include everyone, you'll have a class that not only feels valued and supported, but a class that will have the best chance to succeed. If you're finding our videos helpful, why not share with a friend? I've been Alex from MyProgression, and let's keep your career in motion.